Welcome back to the Inn, everybody. I'm Rob, and I've got something special today for you, an all-common mage deck, to come back from my hiatus of not playing Hearthstone. This will be just like my other videos, so expect details of the deck during my opponent's turn and what I'm doing during my turn, so you guys can play this deck effectively. And yeah, this is pretty much for the people just starting off Hearthstone. I've heard a lot of complaints that my decks are too expensive, so I've made this, so stop complaining. I'm just kidding, it's not that bad. It was good feedback. So this hand is looking mighty fine already. This is a very early game deck. We got 2 snow chuggers. We're gonna get rid of that real quick. Yeah, what do we get? Mana Worm. Perfect choice. Perfect choice. Look at that 1, 2, 3 in our hand. Look at that. That's a beaut, right? This is a royal flush, if you could call it, in this deck. And a 4. This is fantastic. Alright, so of course playing the Mana Worm on turn 1. We could have coined and played something else, but that would have been silly. So he played an egg, which means he's probably playing a Rush Shaman deck. And you know what I have to say to you, Rush Shaman? Take 1 to the face, and I'm going to rush back very, very hard. This deck is, like I said, very early game based, and very heavily reliant on mid game, where at the end of the game, this deck kind of just like... So, back to my turn it is. So we're going to throw down the We can throw down a Worgen and deal 3 damage, or we can do the technical route, which I see here. We can coin, ping my Berserker for 1, play a mirror image, and attack for 8. Simple? Not simple. We're not going simple. This is not a simple kind of game. This is silly. So you don't have to say 8 damage to the face, Shaman. You're gonna rush. I'm gonna rush fucking harder. Fuck your egg. It turns into a 4/4. Why don't you blow it? Blow it. All right. So Mana Worm, 1 drop in the deck. Looking at the deck list in the top right. We're running 2 of these bad boys for every... Oh god, he hexed. Yeah, I guess he blew a hex early, but then again, it doesn't matter. And oh god, he's nullified my field in 2 cards. Well, my jams are ruffled. My jams are definitely ruffled. So of course we're just gonna play the Worgen, attack for 1 in my turn. So Mana Worm, really good early game. Flame Cannon, deal 4 damage to a random creature, but if that creature happens to be the only creature on the field, it's gonna take 4 damage. Very good. So it looks like he played the Flame Tongue, he killed some shit, and he's gonna play Mana Tide. So he's got bad things on the field. I'm definitely gonna have to get rid of that Mana Tide because he's running Rush, which means he'll run out of cards eventually, running out of steam with the Rush deck. So that's gonna have to die. So I can ping the Worgen. I'm be able to attack twice with him. I'm gonna attack directly, try to get him down a little bit lower. And now looking back at this, I'm gonna have to kill either Flame Tongue or the Mana Tide, and I'm gonna swing the Mana Tide. This was very not good of me. Yeah, that was not a smart move. I saw the Worgen being able to attack twice and have 4 attack, and I just fucking look at that. Whoops. Like, oh man, that was silly. You would want to kill the Flame Tongue because now he can get rid of my taunt and he can kill the Worgen. This is fucking stupid. I am retarded. Don't make plays like that. We can still win, I am sure, because of 2 fireballs in our hand. Oh god, the egg's gonna die now, and he's gonna have 2 4/4s. Oh boy, this should just be fantastic. This is what you call a party. Yeah. That's definitely a fucking party. And this is my fault. That all happened because of my fault. That wouldn't have happened if I would have just killed the Flame Tongue. So pay attention to the field, guys. Don't make mistakes like me. So we're going to do a 1 fireball, and then we're going to... I guess we could play a creature or ping for 1. I guess... Well, let's just ping for 1. Swing for 2, swing for 1. So we're leaving it up to hopefully he doesn't have a healing card. If he has an antique heal bot, you can kiss my winning streak goodbye, and we're not winning this game. So I don't think 2 mana is enough to play antique heal bot, which means well played, sir. Next turn he's going to get the fireball to the face. With you knowing how this game is going to end, let's scoot on over to the deck list to the right and give that a little bit of a talking about. So Frostbolt, running 2 of these bad boys, of course. This is any staple in any mage deck. The Berserker, because we're running all commons, the commons have to be very strong commons. They have to have a point to their purpose, and this deck uses Enrage to our advantage. And then when we do have our Enrage, we'll talk about what we're going to do with that. But either way, Having enraged cards makes your opponent have to kill them. They can't just do some damage because it just makes them stronger. So it makes them all or nothing kind of thing. Looking at the hand here, leading off with the Berserker, we're gonna actually get rid of a Berserker and get rid of the Flame Strike. We got the Mana Worm. There we go. There's a good 1-drop. Let's see if we can get a 2 and a 3. Oh, 2/2s. That works as well. That works cool. That works cool. Yeah, exactly what I want to say. That works cool, Rob. Yeah, you're a great speaker. So, of course, the Mana Worm, and end my turn. So, I'm just going to try to get rid of the deck list to the right as quick as I can so that I can talk more about the game and not have to worry about going back and forth. Because some people were like, hey, you need to explain these cards more. I don't understand. 3 games isn't enough to fully grasp why these cards are in the deck. So, that's why I'm adding this little portion in here for the newer players. This is for you guys. So, back to my turn. Enough about that. What a wonderful draw, because this guy is getting Flame Cannon. He's going to get a buff, and we're going to swing. My Mana Worm's like, ha, give me that shit. Give me that shit. I like that. All right, so Annoyotron, this is pretty much a stall. When you get your Berserkers out, you can ping them for 1 with your Fireball, which is the whole point of having the Enrage, and your Fireball deals 1 damage, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, he's a blocker. That's all he does. He's just a blocker. Snow Chugger, this is great against Warrior, Paladin, Rogue, Druid. They can no longer use their weapons or themselves to attack you because they're frozen. Snow Chugger is probably, you play him in most legendary mage decks. Awesome card. I'm not really explaining what's going on because the priest hasn't played anything. Okay, and then Arcane Intellect, draw 2 for 3 mana. That's it. It's great. Raging Worgen. This card is fantastic. He's a 3/3 for 3. When he takes damage, turns him to a 4 that can attack twice. So 8 damage for the price of a 3-drop. You can't go wrong. We're going to throw another Water Elemental. Swing for 2. Swing for 3. End my turn. Then Shattered Sun Cleric. This is what goes with your Enrage card. So when they get Enraged, they do have low health. So to keep them alive and to make them even stronger, throw them, give them that 1/1. All right, so our opponent has played a fucking creature. We can do shit now. Let's talk about it. So, like I've just pointed out, the Annoyotron is just a buffer. He just takes a beating and he enjoys it when he does it. So we're just going to throw him down here. Hopefully he doesn't have a Shadow Ward Pain. He's already used 1 of them on my Mana Worm, which is fine. So we're going to hope that he attacks with the 7/6. We could have polymorphed the 7/6, but that would have been too much fun. That would have been what he wanted. We want to polymorph when we absolutely have to. So look at this. He's falling to the trap. He attacked my Annoyobot. That was actually the Dare song, if you didn't know. It's remixed to a much better version. Okay. So, he still has another whack at the Annoyo. Let's throw down some more creatures. We have almost a full field by the turn of 7, which is pretty late in the game, but this is normally how it goes. This deck, this is where it drops off. If he were to kill my field or start healing himself or do some amazing move that kills me completely, I would be fucked. But he's not, because he hasn't proven himself to do anything. So I think I might have this game in the bag. In the bag. So Annoyobot did exactly what he was supposed to do. I don't see him doing, yeah, he can't do anything. With 3 mana, the game's over. He can't kill 5 creatures. Okay, so back to the deck list, because this game is obviously over. You saw the speed of this deck. This deck is all based on playing cards on turn 1 or turn 2, and then hopefully turn 3 as well. If you can't play it on turn 1, not a big deal. There's only one 1-drop in this deck, and that's the Mana Worm, which we just so happen to be able to get 2 games in a row. But you have to make sure you can get a 2-drop on the field. So mulligan for a 2-drop, which means if the beginning hand you get does not have a 2 or 3-drop, make sure it does, or you will lose. The deck says so. All right, Fireball, staple in any Mage deck. Polymorph, staple in any Mage deck. Remember, we're running all commons. We cannot be picky. Piloted Shredder, my favorite, probably 4-drop. He's in almost every single one of my decks. He's just fan-fucking-tastic. That's all I'm going to say. He's just fantastic. But we're going to get rid of him in this hand because he's 4-drop. We need 1s and 2s. Look at this! Another Mana Worm! We are so lucky. And when I say lucky, we're pretty damn lucky. We got Mana Worm 3 games in a row here. So if we can win this game right here, this will be the 3rd win in a row. And yeah, hopefully I can get that for you guys. And then I'll be ranked 14. So, and the reason I'm ranked 14 is because I went on my long hiatus. I haven't played Hearthstone. I came back, I was like ranked 20. I was like, oh boy, God, I need to get fucking somewhere. This is horrible. It was bad. I was tremoring and I didn't know what to do. Either way, he hasn't played a creature on turn 2, which is really bad for him because Worgen's coming out next turn, and then the following turn we're going to ping that Worgen. It's going to do 8 damage, and we don't have another creature, but we'll see if we can maybe draw a 2-drop or something. We'll see. There's a good decent amount of 2-drops in the deck. So no creatures. Ooh, wow, that was pretty lucky. All right, so pinging the Worgen, making him a 4/2, swinging for 1, swinging for 4, then swinging for my Snow, and then back to 4 just to switch it up, just to juke him out. So it's his turn, turn 4. I've got 4 creatures on the field. How do you stop that? That is a barrage of creatures. Every turn you're getting pounded, 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 pounded. And if he plays anything, it's going to get Polymorph, Fireball, or Frostbolted. So, I mean, there it is. This normally would have stopped this deck in the tracks, at least killing 2 of my creatures and stalling, but it didn't. I'm going to sheep it, and then we're just going to swing directly. He's going to bring him down to the point where he's going to have a brawl or something. Back over to the deck list here. Water Elemental, again, cannot be picky. This is a 4-drop, 3/6, so it has a lot of health and it freezes them. The whole point is to shut them down from early game. So this warrior can't play a weapon with this freeze that these Snow Chuggers have been throwing. So, I mean, it's not against warrior, rogue, paladin, and really this deck shines early game because it shuts down their weapon capabilities. So it looks like it's going to be GG here. Just going to swing for the remaining health. I'm just going to Fireball. I don't even want to attack with my Mana Worm. And then it's going to be game. So I was able to win 3 games in a row, surprisingly, with this. Just kidding, not surprisingly. But this Mage deck is definitely, it'll win you games if you're just starting off. It's great. It's easy to play. It's very early to mid game, which you need practice doing because you have to set the precedent in a game in order to get the tempo to get it to late game. So if you can't last until turn 5 or 6, you're not going to make it. This is great against Rush because you're rushing a Rush back, but you're playing a much stronger Rush. It's not just bursty, get your life down, I run out of cards. This deck actually has potential to it's sustained damage. Each turn you're going to be able to continue to pump out large quantities of damage while keeping complete field control. So, wrapping up this video and the last cards in the deck, Berserker, ping it, gains attack. This is your biggest creature in the deck. If you're playing this card, it is getting late in the game and you better win soon. Flame Strike is your field clear for, like I said, those rush decks, and just to open up a gateway. If you haven't won by turn 7, that's an opener to finish the game. If you've enjoyed this deck list and you found it fun, humorous, informative, throw that like and subscribe. It'll really help me out and show me that I might make more common decks. Maybe a hunter common, maybe a warrior common. We'll see what happens. If you would like to see some other deck lists that aren't so common and a little bit more gonna get you to the low ranks that you're looking to get, give those a look. I'll put some of those in the annotations on the side, and also if you look on our playlist, which can be found in the description, you will find an assortment of deck lists which I've gone and I played, and most of these guides are not guides, but the actual decks themselves were built by me. I'm not going on a website and just copying and pasting everything. Even though some decks are very similar to those, which you can't get away from because what works, people use. Yeah, I've gone on too long. Sorry about the rant. Anyway, thank you for stopping by the end. I'm Rob, and happy whatever the hell day it is.